Here's something I know you know. Every positive number has two square roots, 0 just has one square root, and negative numbers have 0 square roots. Until today. Today we're getting into complex numbers and the imaginary number system. So you can't square root -1, but with the imaginary units, you can. So look at this. Here's the graph for f of x equals x squared plus 1. It's, your x squared, your normal quadratic parent function just shifted up 1 unit. It never crosses the x-axis, so it has no zeros. So therefore, it has no solutions. But look, you can read this if you want at your own time, but we're just going to get into it. Express each number in terms of I. Here's the deal. The square root of -1, we're going to call I. So when I break up the perfect squares here for 3 root -16, ordinarily we would see that negative in the root and be like, oh, no solution. It's not real. But here's what we're going to do now. We're going to break it up into 16 times -1. And you're like, oh, we got the 3 there. That's great. The square root of 16 is 4, but now we've got this square root of -1. And now we're going to call the square root of -1 I. So we're going to leave it just like that. If we simplify everything, 3 times 4 is 12 times I just gets you 12I. And that's it. Now, in the future, if you just kick out the I right away when you have that negative, that's fine. You don't even need to show me this step here. But we'll practice it for a little bit. So on B, that negative on the outside is kind of like -1, right? So if we spread this stuff out, a perfect square in regular 75 would be 25. It's 25 times 3. But we also have this negative here. So we're going to do times -1. Because 25 times 3 times -1, that gets us that -75. So let's see. We bring down our -1. Square root of 25, we're going to call 5. Square root of 3, we can't do anything. Square root of -1, what do we call it? That's right, I. And then if we combine all our stuff here, we've got -1 times 5 is -5. We got that times I at the back, so -5I, and then our root 3. Whoo! Gets a little crazy. Hey, when you try these out, be super careful on 1C. That is pretty crazily complicated, but I believe in you guys. So pause it here, try them out, and I'll work them out as well.